Shalom all. Ariel Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School, found online at KosherTorah.com. I want to share with you an interesting episode that happened today on Shabbat. It's not Motzei Shabbat, of course, between me and the Rabbanit as we were doing some Torah study this afternoon. We were learning in a very holy sefer called Machsof HaLavan, which is a Kabbalistic commentary on the Torah by Rabbi Yaakov Abu Hatzera. And as I was sharing and teaching, I noticed how my Rabbanit was learning. I saw how she was listening. And then, as she interrupted to tell me something, I saw a look in her eye. I didn't tell her this, but now I'm telling the world. I smiled, and I said, I remember that look. That is the look of recognition. That is the look of active Hokhmah, activating in the mind, connecting sources to bring revelation and insight. And she connected all the dots, Baruch Hashem. I say this to you because I have to reveal to you something very important, and that is the relationship of women to the study of Kabbalah. Today, in our modern time, aside from modern circles, in the old traditional Orthodox circles, it is said that women aren't really supposed to study Kabbalah. You'll find that in most of the old traditional sources. And if you go into the more Haredi Orthodox schools that teach Kabbalah, you will never find any women there. In my opinion, not only is that wrong, it is a crime. Let me share with you something about the nature of Hokhmah, wisdom, as it relates to women. For those of you who are familiar with Kabbalah, you're familiar with, of course, Zohar, the Lurianic system, and the Etz Chaim, the tree of the Sefirot, in which the Sefirat Hokhmah is at the top of the right-hand column, the top of the right-hand male column. Hokhmah corresponds to the world of Atzilut. It corresponds to the intuitive, the psychic connection of the mind. And according to the Kabbalah as we understand it today, it is male. That's a male attribute. Kenegdo, corresponding, is Bina, understanding, rational, intellectual mind, which is then called female. That is the way Kabbalah is taught today. But you should know that it wasn't always like this. You go back into the original books, and I'm talking the Bible, Mishle, Proverbs, and you'll find Hokhmah was always female. Hokhmah was a female attribute, a female archetype. Hokhmah, the intuition, has always been known to be closer within women than it is with men. And there's a big secret about this. I write all about this in my book, B'Tselem Elokim, which is the Kabbalistic understanding of the sefirotic within us, male and female relationships. It's an ebook available on our KosherTorah School website. You can go to my ebook page, scroll down, you'll see the book there. But my point to you is this. It is vital, essential for women specifically to study Kabbalah. Now, Kabbalah today has become a philosophical, academic system. You open up the books and you read the books. And you could say, well, many people might not be interested. Well, women are as qualified to study philosophy, metaphysical or otherwise, as any man. How many of you have ever heard of a Greek philosopher? I believe her name was Diotima. Diotima was actually one of the teachers of Socrates and Plato. How many of you knew that one of the classic Greek philosophers was one of the wise women? They don't teach you that now, do they? How many of you are familiar with the wise Kabbalistic women in our Kabbalistic tradition? Someone, for example, like Francesca Sara, who was a contemporary of Rabbi Chaim Vital and was actually mentioned by him and was well known to the Hokhmah of Sfat, and they indeed listened to her because she had what we know as Ruach HaKodesh, divine inspiration. So for you women today, if you are interested in the academic philosophical pursuits, b'vakasha, you could learn the Etz Chaim, the Otzrot Chaim, the Kitvei Ari, and the Zohar, just like any male counterpart, and you'll probably understand them deeper and better, because Hokhmah, that corresponds to the realm of Kabbalah. And the realm of Kabbalah, the Atzilut, sefirotic Hokhmah, remember, was originally female. So yes, women can understand this better, but that's still not the female connection. The female connection isn't just academic, it's experiential. We all hear of women's intuition, women's feelings, and all the rest. Men have a very hard time dealing with women in that respect, but women don't. You women, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. It is natural and normal as women to be the conduit of receptivity for the experiential Kabbalistic tradition. Women, you don't need all the extensive ritual applications of Kabbalistic performances as do men. Men have to go through the rational to the intuitive. Women, you're already in the intuitive, whether you know it or not. You can perform all those rituals you want. You can do all the Abulafia traditions, all the other Kavanot traditions. By all means, do whatever you'd like. And if they work for you, fine. But you might find them to be superfluous. Here at our KosherTorah school, we proudly open our doors to everybody. Many of our students are women. Many of them are very deeply spiritual, very, very profound in their acquisition of psychic and intuitive awarenesses. Honored and proud to be able to serve in that respect. So, our message here, halacha question, are women allowed to study Kabbalah? My answer, not only are they allowed, in my opinion, they are obligated. Women, it is taught in our teachings, in our midrashic studies, that it is going to be on the merit of women that Mashiach will come. I believe that. But merit is not magic. Merit means the things you do. The Tana, the Eliyahu, Eliyahu Rabbah, chapter 9 says, whether it be a man or a woman, Jew or non-Jew, doesn't make a difference here, free or a slave. In those days, that was an economic condition. Today, it's a psychological one. All can receive Ruach HaKodesh. Everyone can receive Ruach HaKodesh based upon how you live. So, yes, we are very much involved with our day-to-day world. We have families, we have business, we have all this. But for those who are able to just sit back, contemplate the world, take your private time, and do what you need to do, regardless of what you think that you're doing or not doing, you're tapping into something essentially and deeply archetypal. It is because when women will accomplish this and stop acting like the world teaches you, you are not just bodies of flesh for the sake of sexual provocation. That is such a disgusting degradation of what true femininity is. True femininity isn't the harlot. True femininity is the matriarch. Well, it doesn't mean you're ugly and stuff like that. Go study the female archetype stuff in Jungian psychology. You understand what I mean. Every woman knows what I mean without me having to say it. Access this. Learn. Embrace what true Kabbalah is. Because when you ladies do this, you can change the world. You will psychically and subtly influence the men in your lives. You will psychically and subtly, if not more than that, influence the whole world around you. Yeah, Geula, redemption, will depend on the women. But the women have to rise up and truly be what a woman is. And that is the full expression of the Kabbalistic archetype of what it means to be Adam. Man is not male, it's male and female together. And when the woman accesses that and fulfills the wise words of our sages in Perkei Avot, in a place where there are no men, strive to be a man. When the women become man, meaning Adam, not masculine in the form that men are today, but the true meaning of the fulfillment of Adam, you'll understand the secret and you'll bring redemption to the world. Seek this out. Ladies, I know you're listening and I know you know what I mean. Ariel Bar Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School, proudly opening our doors to those seeking souls who want to learn and embrace that which is your true destiny. Glad to be of service. God's blessings. Shalom.